So this is my brand new Jeep Gladiator Sport S. I picked it up a couple weeks ago, and the first thing I wanted to do is wire up my dash cam to have it hardwired, so it's not going into a USB port or having any plugs hanging down across the dashboard or plugged into a cigarette light or anything like that. So it's a pretty easy connection, even for someone like me who's not really technically inclined or an electrical engineer or anything like that. It was actually pretty simple to do. So the first thing I did is I took my dash cam out of the car, and it came with this hardwire kit when I bought it on Amazon. So what it is a long USB cable that connects into this, I believe it's a fuse or some kind of transmitter, and comes with a ground and then also a cord where you can pick your fuse tap. So what I did is I went into the fuse box and I found that fuse F52 is the cigarette lighter, and that's what I wanted to connect to so that the camera's only got power running to it when the car is on. So what I did is I came in, I found F52, I put in the wire tap, and then I took the fuse that used to be in there and I put it into the side. So everything's all wired up, and the ground that I used is right here. This is the factory ground. I just loosened this nut a little bit and then slid the ground wire that was provided on there and then tightened it all back up. So now what I'll do is I will start the car and see if the camera comes on, and that'll be a good test. Okay, so we're in the car. I'll get it started and we'll see if the camera powers up. And as you can see, if you can hear me over the engine noise, looks like we do have power. Everything's working fine. So now what I'll do is I'm going to turn the car off, and we're going to run that wire into the cap. So what I've done so far is I have everything wired under there. Coming around the side, this is a great thing about the Jeeps and the Gladiators and everything, I was able to take this panel off, which I have right over here, using the Jeep toolkit that came with it. So I took those Torx bolts off. I can run this now behind where that panel will be, and then coming around the door, I took off the grab handle here, and that just used a 10mm bolt, or a 10mm socket. So I took off the top and the bottom bolts there, and then I'll be able to run my wire, if I can get it to focus, along over to my camera, just up into, there's no headliner, but into this trim piece, down the side here, and it'll all tuck in behind that panel. I had to take off the speaker cover for the tweeter also. So I'll get that all buttoned up, and then can show you guys what it looks like. All right, so I've got everything tightened up inside. I need to clip off that little zip tie there, but everything is all buttoned up inside, going down behind that grab handle in this piece of trim here, and then tucked in behind the tweeter, and then it's going down and around. And right now I've got a lot of excess here, which I'm gonna feed through to the other side. All right, so everything is all put back together inside. All my trim pieces are back on. You can see the wire does stick out here and go around the bend. Definitely not in the way of the door closing. I put this panel back on. Makes it super easy to be able to take that panel off with the Torx bolt. So now all I have here is a mess of wires that I just need to zip tie, clean it up a little bit, store it away, and we should be in good shape. So there you have it. Everything is all snugged up inside. I might zip tie that to something else later, but at least it's tucked away and it's secure. It's not going to bounce out or anything like that. And on the inside, the camera is nice and clean, no wires hanging down in front of the driver, down the windshield, anything like that. Nothing in the, this is my phone cord, nothing in the cigarette adapter, nothing in the USB. Much cleaner of an install, pretty inconspicuous, so I'm happy with the way it turned out. Thanks.